Colonel Gaddafi's revolutionary politics led to Libya's political and economic isolation. But with the handing over by Libya of the Lockerbie bombing suspects, the UN suspended sanctions in 1999, and Gaddafi began to open up his country for business and tourism. In November 2002, he hosted 24 international models for Libya's first ever beauty competition. And the pageant slogan, "Beauty will save the world." Five of the 24 contestants depart London. At the same time, a flight from Paris and another from Kiev are bringing the other 19 entrants to Tripoli, Libya. They're meeting for the first ever Miss Net World competition, a competition decided by an internet vote. Word is their host, Colonel Gaddafi, will meet them sometime in the next 10 days, when fashion will meet revolutionary politics.
Every day there is Miss Camping, Miss Bikini, Miss whatever, Miss Camera, Miss, you know, Miss Water, Miss Planet, you know. I wanted to do something like a competition worldwide known, like saying that we have something to say. It's about beauty, but it's not about stupid girls.
Omar realized that in Libya, he would get the most publicity.
Well, I've got like lots of little ideas. I think it's going to be very hot. I think it's going to be like desert. Maybe some palm trees. You know.
What do you think they're going to think of all of us coming along? You know, all the girls and stuff like that. You know, Westerners.
I think they're going to think we're a bunch of freaks.
Yeah, probably.
The girls are warned that in the next 10 days there is to be no alcohol, no drugs, no boys, and no sex. For the contestants, the focus will be the Miss Net World final in 10 days. Some of the girls were chosen by their countries after an internet vote. Others have been put forward by model agencies.
Can't do this, a premium economy, can't you? Look at this. Yes.
And unlike other beauty pageants, in this Muslim country there won't be a bikini parade. Instead, the girls will wear traditional dress and Libyan army fatigues. Uncertainty over this unknown country has led Miss Net United Kingdom to bring her mother, while the American contestant arrives despite a US ban on visits to Libya. Gaddafi closed the US embassy over 25 years ago, and subsequently all diplomatic ties with the US and the UK were severed.
So we are in the middle of a historical moment. I am sure that like 5 years after or 10 years after, we'll always remember this contest, and we will always say that the first thing happened in Libya. It was Miss Net World. Like the beginning of the dream is today, let's say. I wanted to be sure that everybody went from Europe and from everywhere, because you know Libya for the foreigners is nobody knows which country is, how it's going to be. So for me it's already something big done. Good morning everybody. I'm sorry. We'll start. Miss Net World is starting this from this moment. Everybody understand a little bit English, más o menos, right? Gorana, Croatia. Lucy, Great Britain. Katy, Greece. She's not here, Katy. Emma, Ireland. She didn't come. People wanted to come, but all the time I was afraid that they will not come at the end. But you know, every day I read newspapers to know if there is bombing somewhere or a terroristic act, you know, because this play on the psychology of people.
My mom and my boyfriend were like, no way, you're not going to Libya. It's a war country, they do not like Americans, and you're not coming back. In fact, I made a deal with my boyfriend that if I'm not back within a month, he can get a new girlfriend.
and I've never actually been to a Muslim country, and I thought it was kind of weird that they're having a beauty contest here, because the girls have to cover up, and I thought it was strange. But I heard that they're doing kind of like, instead of a bikini session, you have like other traditional clothing or something, so it's going to be like more to fit the culture.
I just am concerned that they took my passport and I haven't gotten it back yet. That's pretty much my only concern.
They are going back home. We have not kidnapped them from their country. Did you give your passport to them?
Yes, I did, with my plane ticket home. But I'm not staying here. Yeah. Here I am!
No, that's not you. Yes. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, that's the picture what I was dreaming all my life.
A team of choreographers, stylists and makeup artists accompany the girls. Security will be tight with Libyan and Russian bodyguards.
Okay, how you want I can call you, you know, because I have to call all of you together. If you want, I can call you people.
Ladies.
Ladies. Great.
The people in Libya do not know that this is happening. You know, that it isn't on the radio or the TV here. And if it were, you wonder how the Libyans themselves would actually feel about it. People might see it as faintly ridiculous, or you know, too, like you say, too superficial. You know, so it's very much something happening in Libya that's going out to the rest of the world. And it is bizarre, you know, when you've got four Muslim women sitting there watching this going on, and you really do wonder what one side is going to think of the other side.
No. Where's white? This is Latvia? Can you raise your hand? No, it's Russia.
To meet Colonel Gadaffi would be certainly to meet one of the most notorious persons that I've ever met. And obviously at this time, when we're now in this sort of divide between the West and Islam, it's also incredibly pertinent to meet him at this moment when he is obviously withdrawing any kind of, you know, he's speaking against terrorism, for example, and he's sort of turned his face away from the Arab world to the African world. Now, it's an amazing crossroads in human history, really, to meet this man. So, yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Well, let's wait and see if we meet him, shall we? And then I'll reserve judgment until he's sitting in front of me.
T-shirts bearing the Colonel's face have been specially printed for the event.
Girls, don't do anything with the T-shirts. Keep them clean, because you'll need it for the final, okay?
Yeah.
One of the catwalk is with the T-shirts. Did you hear me, girls? Yes.
Oh, I can't wear that shirt.
Joy, it's her choice because she represents America, so if she doesn't feel she wants to wear it, then she doesn't have to wear it. But she still approves being here in the country.
Even though my country sucks and everything, I still can't wear that. It's just wrong. Like, I would never make somebody wear a George Bush shirt. And if they want us to keep them and bring them back to America, and I can't wear that, I'll never be able to wear that again. Well, maybe in like 50 years, but no.
So we'll just put her in a Miss Net world. But then we'll have a big projection behind her. No. So now we'll let her float on it and see what happens. And there she is.
It would be a good statement and be peaceful in this country, so I'll wear the shirt.
Hold on.
My friend said that they think it would be respectful, that they'd like it for me to wear it. And if they like it, I'll do it. But I feel weird about it, but it's fine, I guess.
So there you have it, America comes through. Because it's all about beauty will save the world.
So, girls, I mentioned today that some of you was talking to boys not of the crew of Miss Net, and they give them their telephone number. Please don't talk to any boy outside the committee, even if you think that they are my friends, okay? Thank you. So I was all the time thinking about a place where I can do the international final, where all the world, or like a big part of the world, will hear about it. And then I was talking with a British journalist in London. I said to him, like a place like Libya, it's also very interesting because the embargo is finished, so we can go there. The camera's never been there. I go only with journalists. So he said, you're lucky because I know Saif al-Islam Gadaffi myself. I just did an interview with him. So he said, I can talk to him about it.
Saif Islam Gadaffi is Colonel Gaddafi's son and heir.
So Saif al-Islam himself called me. He said, Harfouch. I said, yeah. He said, it's Saif al-Islam. So which Saif al-Islam? I said, Saif al-Islam Gadaffi. He said, oh, how you want me to call you, sir, mister? He said, just Saif. And, you know, he was laughing every time I was asking questions like, can we do pictures on the street? Or, you know, he was you're joking or what? Of course you can.
I love the smell of old bricks and old slabs and stuff. You can smell it.
Like everybody, I heard about Libya only in a bad way and in Western newspapers, as I'm living in Europe. So I want to be convinced first to convince the others. Then, of course, when we finalized, he wanted to tell the leader, because he never said my father, he always said the leader. And then he said, it's okay, now the leader is very happy for the project, he's supporting, and you can talk to the press.
Okay, that's great. Okay, the girl at the front, could you stand on one of these rocks for me? A couple of these, you know, from your dance move. Yeah, Dee, come on, do a pose. That's great. All of you can do it. That's lovely. Really nice. Strike a pose, as old Madonna said.
So we are in an ancient Roman place. Today we'll have like a concert. It's Saif al-Islam Gadaffi who invite us here. A folkloric group will come, will dance, and we'll have in the backyard in front of the sea a great dinner. And it seems that, that the leader, Gadaffi, the colonel, might come.
Omar, what's happening?
Saif is here. He wants to talk to the press, so he invited everybody now.
The arrival of armed guards and patrols did not signify an appearance by the elusive Colonel Gadaffi, but highlighting the importance of this publicity event, Gaddafi's son and heir, Saif Islam, appeared for a unique meeting with the media and contestants.
Hi.
We've been told very much that this beauty contest is part of Libya opening up, becoming flowering, opening up, becoming more pro-Western, inviting more people into this country. How do you see it happening in terms of, are you worried that it will erode the culture here in any way?
There is nothing against the culture.
You don't think internationally people are going to think this is ironic?
Why ironic?
Because it's a beauty competition being held here.
We have nothing against this in Libya, that's why it's okay.
What's special about bringing this net world here to Libya?
Actually, I think the fundamental idea behind this to promote the tourism here in Libya.
Okay. Thank you very much.
It's the message we want to send to the outside world, that we are a safe country and beautiful at the same time.
Do you think beauty will save the world?
I don't think so. And now enjoy the party as I food.
Thank you very much.
Please.
Libya is repatriating itself into the international community very forcefully and with a very almost cynically well-organised approach. And this is almost masterful in its beauty and its simplicity, and of course, as media, we're absolutely, completely part of it. We are it, in fact.
Okay, this camera here.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, girls. We did it.
There's snakes.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
Sands, definitely.
There's sidewinders in the desert.
But will it have some shops?
No, there's scorpions.
We're in the desert, you know. The shops.
I'm guessing there really isn't.
But you know, there will probably be some hotel or something nearby. It's not like a desert, it's oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, there's stuff there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All there is, sand dunes and sky.
This is like a movie.
You're all out the window, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if they edit it, they can see you guys like out waving as they're driving. Give more energy. Work the camera. Energy, go. Take it, hang out the window. Get her to hang out the window. Yeah, do your hair out. Hey, Emma, do your hair out. You, hair out. Get her to come out. Yeah, you can hang out.
Good. He didn't quite make it over that dune, I don't think, just now. Oh, Lord.
I never thought I'd be in the Sahara Desert, I have to say. It's like the end of the world. I feel very humble.
I'm getting one of these outfits.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get me
Yeah.
this and don't forget this as well, okay?
Yeah.
And this color and white. This color and white. No, I'm English. English. He thinks I'm American. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
That's original.
This has to be the craziest place to do Miss Net. Libya.
But this is beautiful, this is gorgeous. I didn't expect something like that. It's like I'm on a different planet.
You imagine the worst and you imagine the best, and I figured it would be somewhere in between, but this is definitely the best. This is definitely brilliant. It's, you know, from the private jets to the bodyguards, and it's everything I could have expected.
The very young girl, she was looking at Sarah, who was wearing a very low-cut top.
Yeah.
She's very young, she's maybe 13, and she was sitting there and she looked really almost distrustful, perhaps envious, or you couldn't tell if it was envy or hate.
I wasn't really prepared for the whole clothing thing. So they said, we're going to Africa, and I'm figuring, oh, it's gonna be warm, it's gonna be Africa. So I bring shorts and capris and, you know, cute little clothes and stuff.
They said, oh, we would love to be able to dress like that. Then she said, I said, well, do they think it's immoral? They said, yes.
Well, if they're told to cover up and everything, and then they see something like, well, look what she's wearing, of course it's going to be like, I'm envious or I'm disgusted.
They said that they dress like that because it's tradition and because it's because the men say that's the way they have to dress.
It's just strange, but I guess if they like how they dress here and they feel fun with it, that's the best way.
Okay, don't move. Look. That's it. Look on the side there with your eyes. Okay, your chin. Okay, fantastic. Don't move. That's great. That was great. On the side, your eyes. Voilà, ça serait bien si tu peux tirer là.
Paul, he's a real artist. He's really, we arrived here, he moved the whole house. I hope that Saif will not come now because he'll see his house is upside down. I was very anxious before he come because he, you know, when I started talking to him, he was in New York, he was like a little bit strange. I will go, I'm not going, where is this country? The war is starting in Iraq. I said, but Iraq and Libya, they are, you know, very thought, but it's the same, you know, something like that.
But doing a photo shoot in a Muslim country is not the same as in New York, and Omar is concerned with the revealing nature of the images.
Only this, because here she's discovered. We see the legs. And my contract with Libya is that she must be covered. It's a little bit sexy anyway.
Rehearsals continue on day 5. The beauty competition is to be broadcast on Libyan TV, but the winner is to be decided by internet vote, and locals are already making their choices.
هذه من هي؟ هذه المغربية لسه شمبير.
They are very nice photos, but I think the best photo is Nadia. She's Moroccan. She's the best one, and she's very kind. She's very decent. That's why, and she's Arabic.
Well, I'm stuck between Miss Germany and Miss Italy, and well, it's just those two really. This is the internet room. So everything is, the results will be from here, and we're just following all the news from here, what's going on, you know? So the winner will be known from this room, basically. And lots of girls also are getting lots of messages on the email. And we're getting lots of press every day. We are really very happy. I think that the idea of doing the whole contest in Libya is getting the results that we wanted to.
I think the PR geniuses, to be honest. I think they're very, very good at getting publicity and at getting getting the story covered, you know. And it seems now a few more major media are going to be picking up on it.
It's an agreement. Yeah, guarantee that
the sum of $25,000. Second.
Wow, I kind of hope I win now.
Miss Network granted
I can buy a car.
Second place contract for work on the sum of $15,000.
Wait, what is the work? I've got to have that before we sign out. No, Tekka. Don't sign it yet. We have to find out first.
I'm not signing it.
Huh?
She's just writing her name, not signing.
It's the only one I wanted to sign, and I'm not allowed to sign it.
No, just
okay? It's saying that in case you win the first place, the Miss Net Tour, we guarantee for you a contract of working for $25,000. What does it mean working? Working, it means as a Miss Net Tour, you'll have to go to televisions, you'll have to give interviews, you'll have to travel to work with sponsors. So minimum $25,000. There is no need for a manager for this.
Well, and he says, oh, well, it has nothing to do with the managers or anything. It has to do with them. So it's like, you know, fuck them for bringing these girls here because you don't need them now.
Oh.
That's what you just said.
Sure.
It's nothing to do with the managers.
So I will just distribute it. Please sign it quickly because we still have like a few hours and you have to train, okay? Thank you.
To make it a win-win.
Did you talk to Omar about it? I mean, you're out.
Can I talk to you a little bit? How can you advise your girls not to sign a contract that in case they will win, they will have $25,000? You want this money for you or what? I don't understand.
Well, no, all I want to know is for us.
What is for us? It's their money. They have to take this money.
Okay, but it's a contract.
It's not a contract. It is.
What does it say right there?
Agreement.
A contract for...
A contract for work.
You have the right not to sign it, girls.
No,
You are trying all the time to say, you have an idea that I'm trying all the time to do something bad or to put in work. I don't care. I have this money cash. I know what you're trying to do. If you want to take the money of the girls,
it's good.
If you want to take the money, it's not my problem.
Okay, let's sign it then. If he says it's fine, that's fine.
I mean, we are trying to do it the best we can.
You're doing fine.
This is $2 million a show. Come on.
It's just a matter of...
We are spending $2 million this week, you know. Come on.
Of the contest. Just this. Yes, of course. Just we all get like
open for business.
It's another day, and the much-promised and potentially historic meeting with Colonel Gadaffi looks likely to occur.
One of the English photographers said that I was giving a speech. I was like, no, I'm not. I thought he was kidding. I was like, no, I'm not, because I would have heard about it. My agent would have told me I was giving a speech. And then I go to my agent and I said, the photographer thinks I'm giving a speech. Can you tell him he's wrong? And he's like, oh, you are. Have it right here. And then, like, I figure what I'll do is I'll start talking, and then if I get stuck, I can look down at the paper and pick up where I said something that I had already said. But it's see, I wrote, went to the desert, and the people, they welcomed me with open hearts and in arms. They liked the fact that I represented the United States because they're the same color as me. And then we drank tea, and together we sat, and they said to me, you know, one day we can get along, comparing like that we're not that different because of the skin. And I said, yes, little by little, by doing things like we're doing, we can. Because I was raised in an all-white family on my adopted side. On my real side, I never knew my dad, who's Jamaican. So, I really got teased when I came out into the world away from my white family and being with dark skin, but being very talking, you know, white and, you know, listening to country music and jazz and stuff like that, and dressing normal and not baggy clothes and not being into all the gold teeth and the jewelry and stuff like that, offended most African American people about me. So I definitely got a lot of hassle. Like they call me a yellow bitch and stuff like that.
We're going to meet the leader. He's now, at this moment, having talks with Berlusconi, Silvio Berlusconi, not far from this place. They said to me it's 90%, but it's still like a kind of top secret. 90%, it's a lot. Usually they just say like 10%, 20%. So now we have to go, all of us. We have a place where to go. Maybe it's a possibility that we'll meet the leader, Gaddafi. It's a possibility. It's like 90%. Nobody knows. And of course we'll smile, and it's a big opportunity for all of us, okay?
الو شلون كل مكان من عندهم؟
يلا الو محمد اللي عمر لوين رايحين احنا بس؟ المعسكر عبد السلام okay. I didn't know where is the place, so I'm giving to my partners. They understand better. But we're going right now. They said now.
Croatia.
Hungary. Ireland. Moldova. Maghreb.
Asmiteka mean America.
America, I wanted to explain to her, and she told me the whole phrase in Arabic.
My name is Teka, and I'm from America.
It's a big privilege. Of course, it's a very, very big privilege. I know that sometimes the presidents, they come to Libya and they stay like 3 days and they can't meet with him, you know.
We are feeling excited, of course, because I don't know what to say really, because I don't really understand much. I don't understand much about this political situation.
I'm a little bit like worried, you know, but because, you know, all the things that had happened in the past.
I mean, he's trying. I think he's trying to prove and show that, you know, we are, I mean, he's more with the West and then with those other guys, you know, and I think it's cool.
Hello, hello. Just to tell you that Mr. Gaddafi is right now very busy because there is Italian delegation, if you saw them there. He's in a very serious talks and he couldn't meet with us and he don't want us to stay for late. He's promising that we will meet with him anyway before we go back to our countries.
Despite Gaddafi being unavailable, the trip to his normally off-bound compound goes ahead, but only after a thorough security screening. Within the compound are the bombed-out ruins of Gaddafi's home. After an attack on a Berlin nightclub in 1986 that killed 2 American servicemen, US President Ronald Reagan ordered 170 fighter jets to target Gaddafi. Bombs hit his Tripoli home and his adopted daughter was killed.
Here we are at Gaddafi's house that was bombed by the Americans. You know, did you see that? And then me being an American and seeing, you know, crushed Americans. It makes me laugh.
I can't believe how well organized this is. This is just incredible. Look at it. They've maintained every bullet hole and every shell bit of damage, and the sculpture with the US plane being crushed by the hand, and oh my God. God.
I'm very proud that our MissNet huge logo, MissNet World, is here and said beauty will save the world. Maybe this is a true thing.
As you can see, this building in your back, it was bombed by American aeroplanes. They came here and they bombarded the house. And one adopted girl, the colonel, was dead in this time. And the colonel was by accident not home because they wanted to kill him at that time. Here it was the living room of the family, the Gaddafi, and here the daughter was killed in this place. She was playing just with this thing.
Different people who come.
Yeah, the people who come and
they write what they sing.
Okay. So how do you feel as, you know, you're American and you are in a place where they did this before?
It's shocking. It's sad.
It's sad.
You know, because we're all human. You can feel it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overwhelming.
I'm fucking, excuse me, flabbergasted. They're all American bombs. Yeah, Americans bombed this place, there's no doubt about it. I don't agree with that, but at the same time, this is very well executed, very professional.
It's weird how, like, 911, we clean it up and make it look like it never happened, but they leave it here to be stuck with the reality of how serious, you know? Like, why do we cover everything up? Like, not that we should leave a big mess in the middle of New York City, but then again, this is
the same reality.
Yeah, this is a museum of war, really.
I'm a bit sort of moved by the whole thing. I'm a bit sort of, it's like, I've never been in a house that's been bombed before. I feel the most weirdest vibrations coming from in here. Talking about it's really not a good idea because it's like I'm trying to hold in my feelings at the moment. But it's just really weird. It's really frightening and very sad, you know, to feel that, you know, the world has come to this.
I feel speechless. It's quite incongruous watching the girls. I mean, I think America could do with a few more people like the American girl in their diplomatic corps.
If you just sort of write
Anything. Yeah, peace, right?
Or something.
Okay. Just wait that everybody...
If you can just come down. Oh, no, whatever you want to write, that's fine.
You can take a... And one to this camera. It's okay. Just this way.
I would just like to thank you for letting me come to your country. It's really awesome and amazing. I've had a lot of fun here. It's the first time I've ever been out of America. I was raised in the commune in America, so I was raised a little differently than the rest of my friends and stuff like that. And I was raised to believe that art and beauty and people, individuals, can save the world and change it and make it a better place, because we're all meant to be together. And we're a tribal people, and we've been so separated. And in the desert, it was so nice because everybody was enjoying everybody else from all these different countries, and it was wonderful to experience that.
Wow. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
After yesterday's no-show by Gaddafi, the contestants are summoned for their second chance to have an audience with Libya's leader.
If I get to meet him, I will. Okay, thank you. Bye. He wants to be with you, he said. Yay! Who was that? Oh, he was from London. I couldn't really hear him at first.
But who was it?
Press from London, he said, but I couldn't really hear his name.
Oh, I see. Reuters.
What's his name?
The company's called Reuters.
Reuters.
Your
I'm fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, your competitor.
I know. Yeah, for you.
نعم مبارك كيف الحال؟ باي بعد في باص ثاني ايه في باي حاضر. So I will insist on it, and you will try. Please help me when it will be there, okay? Because there is no need to go only without the journalists, only us. You know, there is no need for it.
But they're saying no journalists at all. Nothing.
Good journalist. Nice.
I already told them if they are not coming, we are not going.
برافو عليك برافو عليك برافو عليك.
You can fit a bomb in a camera. You can't fit a bomb in my pen, really. Well, maybe the CIA could.
Well, for somebody who loves his own image, it's a bit strange. He doesn't want to be photographed. I mean, you go everywhere around here and there's a photograph of him, and yet...
It's true.
Yeah.
We will go, all of us, without camera, but it's a question of principle.
I mean, I can understand photographers to a certain extent about security reasons and image reasons, but not letting any journalists in at all is just, it's crazy.
Finally, the journalists are permitted to meet Gaddafi, but cameras are banned. Only Gaddafi's official photographer is allowed to record this extraordinary event. Gaddafi, the man that in the mid-80s America called public enemy #1, will meet the beauty queens, but only on his terms.
Oh gosh, right, okay, what just happened? We went into Gaddafi's tent outside Tripoli, and we all sort of sat down with journalists and the 25 country representatives from the country, and we met Colonel Gaddafi. He came in and he shook each one of our hands.
I was wearing the American flag on my neck, so he could see it, you know, his face and the American flag. And he said something like, that's a contradiction. So I was kind of nervous then, like when he said that, I was thinking, uh-oh. When they asked me to speak, I just kind of scaredly got up there and said something, and I don't remember what I said at all. I just hope I didn't make an ass out of myself. This whole thing has been sprung on me from day one. I thought it was going to be another modeling thing. I didn't know what I was and who I am and how important I am. I kissed him because the press in London said that it would be heroic and it would be on the cover of everything and it would be good for what we're trying to do here. That's why I wore the shirt.
Saying America are just the nuts ones and so on when it's not.
Yeah.
It's not black and white. It's not like.
And it's not just America, and it's not just London. It's the whole world. There's two sides to every door. Yeah. So where's his side? You know, well, what would we do? But there was Americans killed. You know. What made me cry tonight is that. Like you can never forget the past, but he wasn't letting it go enough to make a good future, I felt. I still feel good about him. He was still very nice, and when I had an emotional experience, he was kind of there for me, you know? I still love my country. No, we'd make mistakes, but I still love my country, and, you know, nobody's perfect.
Oh gosh, I've got to do my shoot now.
Oh, meeting Gadaffi was a blast, mate. That was cool. That was cool, wasn't it? I thought it was very honourable gentleman, a real gentleman.
I love the interior design. Woo! I'm gonna redecorate my whole house.
What time do we have to be back?
You know.
He's not a dictator. He's not. I mean, come on, you've been in. Wait till you go to the market today. You'll see. Wait till you go to the market, right? I'm telling you, these people do not look oppressed, all right?
Oppressed has nothing to do with it. That's just the way that he will. That's the opposite of a democracy. That's a dictatorship.
So you think you live in a democracy?
No comment. I'm not getting involved in this one.
It's politics, isn't it, really? It's the government, as Gadaffi said.
Went downstairs to lunch, and all the journalists were sitting in the corner of the table. And they all called me over, waving, and said, what have you done? You know, Omar's looking for you.
There is one of the journalists who's with us here, prepared a very bad article about all of us, and which is containing a lot of lies. First thing, when the colonel was shaking hands, the girls, he talked to Teka, if you all remember, and we laughed when he was talking. I remember, you just tell me if it's right or no. I remember then when he saw his picture with her flag, did he say, just answer please to this question, did he say they don't look good together?
No.
Are you definite on it?
Yes.
The other question, Miss Canada, did you run at night to the Belgium embassy? Did you call the Belgium embassy saying that you are a sex slave here?
No, I did not.
Did you run to the Belgium embassy at night?
No.
He was saying that, was there any concern about them being sex slaves? And that puzzled me because I hadn't said anything about that.
It's written like this, it's the Sunday Times.
Enda.
Yeah, Enda. Yeah. He said the very bad things about me, but I don't care. No. A very bad thing. He can say whatever he wants from me, but the people who invite us, who was very nice to us, I don't want to hurt them, and I don't want to be responsible myself. Okay then, thank you, girls.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Oh, girls, Enda's here. You can talk to him right now.
I'm amazed at your reaction. For a start, I never mentioned anything about this sex slave business.
Tell us the story.
Said that I said that Miss Net Canada and Miss Net Thailand went to the Belgian embassy. I never said that.
No, they wanted to go to the Belgian embassy.
They were planning.
Planning.
That's all. I never said anybody did.
Okay. She's here. Are you planning to go to... No, please.
I heard that actually.
Yes, I've heard
Are you planning?
Yes.
She's planning?
They told me that. They were all three in there.
But she's here. I mean, if she's planning...
I spoke to Miss Thailand about it, and she was asking me for a map because she felt threatened, and she wanted me to help her escape. And I thought, my God, you know, but I'm not going to do that.
You mentioned what Colonel Gadaffi said.
Yeah.
If you read what I wrote, it was a quote from what Teka told me.
I asked her 3 times, confirming each time, and I used the final sentence on tape that she gave me, which said that he smiled and said they don't go together.
Did he say they don't go together?
Yes. No, that's what he told me. Well, he didn't say it, his translator said it.
He said it is a contradiction.
Yeah.
The consensus seems to have been after the big debate that the word used was contradictory. it's semantics, really. I don't think it's a huge difference.
Omar, will you,
judge
don't criticise my writing unless you read it. You didn't read it.
I did.
It says, Miss Net America said. Yeah. He said about the flag and the picture, they don't go together. She said it, not me. I didn't say he said it, I said she said it.
Okay. So when there is a trial, you are the accused. You're right, look, from the beginning till the end, Omar, Walid, bad, I don't care.
That's not true.
But what is about the girls, and what's about the colonel, who was very nice to us, I can't accept it. I am responsible, you understand.
I mean, he's in Libya with a whole bunch of girls, and he's meeting very, very notorious leader of a country with a very long history of funding terrorists and funding wars, and you know, a very negative image in the West, at least, if not anywhere else.
Well, you know, she'll be that really beautiful black girl from America that cried all over Gaddafi, and do you know what I mean? It's nice, it's good, it's fashion. I just looked up at Kurt, right, and I was so jealous. I could see dollar signs in his eyes. You know, just like when the tear fell on like Gaddafi's shoulder, Kurt was just like, do you know what I mean? Loving every minute of it.
Miss Net USA Teka is back from another visit with Colonel Gaddafi. This time it was a private meeting, away from the media and without the other girls.
Very nice, and Omar translated for me, and just me and Omar and him in a room, just very private, personal.
In his house, in his own
in his house, no tent, no people.
Very humble, you know.
No tent, no people, no security, they just let us right in.
What happened last night that you think he thought, you know, I need to see her again?
He was impressed and he thought I was smart enough. Also because I had gotten upset last night about my country, you know, wanting to defend it. Yeah, he said, you can say, Gaddafi said that he wants the American people to know that he doesn't hate them as people. Do you want to see my book?
The dedication for her on the book.
It says, many compliments to Miss Teka, Colonel Gaddafi, and the date.
The watch. Did you even ask her if she will wear this?
Because I told him that it's a possibility when I go back to America I might be on Larry King. And he said, will you wear this shirt? And I said, no. I said, you don't wear Bush on your shirt in Libya. I don't think I can wear your shirt. He said, you might want to just be controversial. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So I think it's awesome. I think I'm very honored to be able to be a part of it. And I look forward to all the many ventures that we are going to be able to do for humanity and freedom and peace and AIDS, and to be able to commune all the nations, to make awareness of all the issues that we need to take issues at this point in our life. Because we're open for business.
Do you think you're going to win?
I don't know. I can't say, but it should be nice to win. It depends on the people, what they want to see, if they want a black girl or a white girl or a red hair girl or, I don't know, Japanese girl. I think Miss Italy.
Italy. Italy.
Romania. I like Romania girl. UK and Italy.
All I want is that the real winner win. The destiny is not mine, it's the destiny of the internauts and all the girls themselves.
Yeah,
That's forbidden. Forbidden. I don't let to...
Where is Ad? А где Ad? Тот, который будет включать, выключать.
Do you know what? Libyan costume that was given to me by Colonel Gaddafi's son, Safe. I thought it would be really kind of itchy, but it feels quite comfortable.
Где Ad? Мне нужен, ёб твою мать! Ad, мне нужен сюда! Человек, который нажимает кнопку.
Some people have actually gone on the wagon without actually realising they were going on the wagon. I thought that was really, really good actually. We think Betty Ford or the Priory should open up an office here in Libya. It'd be fantastic.
Miss Net contestants, come here, please. Everybody.
No, 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Oh
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Another 10 cigarettes. Oh my God.
German, take off your shoes and
5 minutes.
Girls, please, can you come here, please, everybody?
USA, Ukraine, Great Britain, Sweden, Jamaica, Russia, Morocco, Ireland, Germany, Brazil.
Oh my God.
The second runner, that means the third girl of Miss Net World 2002 is Miss Net Morocco. First runner, Miss Net World 2002 in Libya and Tripoli. It's unbelievable. It's Miss Net Italy. Some of you, of course, are thinking that Miss Net USA will be the winner because she's America, it's in Libya, it's of course politics. She must win, as everybody's thinking. Others are thinking that Miss Net UK is the winner because there is a lot of British journalists here, a lot of television, newspapers from the UK. Her mother also did. The vote is the real vote. No politics, nothing. The winner of Miss Net World 2002 is Miss Net United Kingdom.
How do you feel? I'm absolutely ecstatic. I can't believe it. I didn't think it would be me in a million years. I was thinking I was going to go back home tomorrow morning, see my boyfriend and stuff like that. You know, it was going to be sort of
you know, looking forward to sort of getting home and stuff. I didn't really think I'd win at all, you know.
Omar, can you tell us how you feel about beauty saving the world?
Well, I think that a small message is already done. We was talking about peace here in Libya, and all over the world it was like controversy, but we did good. They are talking about peace and about Libya, so we did a lot of things already.
So do you think beauty will save the world?
Of course, the beauty will save the world, and I think that women, when they will be the governor of this planet and our earth, the peace will be everywhere. Only men is doing war. The women don't want to. And the beautiful woman is much more important and much more powerful than ordinary women.
I knew I wouldn't win. Believed I can go home soon. And ready to get back on with my normal life. Some normal food and some MTV and a few shots. Like I've heard that CNN's here, and I've heard that I'm gonna be on Larry King Live, and that I'm gonna travel Africa and help fight AIDS, which would be all cool, and I'd totally love to do it. But the way I feel about it right now is that I'll go back to Los Angeles and they'll forget about me.
19-year-old Tika has returned to Libya at the request of the Colonel for an extraordinary mission to unite the US and Libya. Tika has become Libya's honorary consul to the US. She is the first such consul in 21 years. Tika takes up her role visiting the Women's Military Academy.
Well, we will present you with a bunch of flowers. This is an example to show how we appreciate your being here. All the officers from the armed forces, they are appreciating being here.
Already, Tika has statements to make.
We should use guns for peace, not for war.
Later, the press that have accompanied Tika to Libya are invited to the tent of Colonel Gadaffi.
وهذا بدلر مصور Sunday Times.
في هي يسأل في أي حاجة.
Do you have any questions to raise for the leader?
Yes. Do you think TECA can help U.S.-Libyan relations? Miss that world.
على حال نحن نبين ان المواطن الامريكي العادي يحبنا ونحبه ما فيش عداوه بيننا.
What we try to do is to show the American citizens that we like them and they like us.
وهذا يبين ان الحكومه التي تقفنا ما تمثل الشعب، لان الشعب يحبنا وهي ما تحبناش، لان الحكومه في وادي والشعب في وادي.
This proves that the administration doesn't represent the people, but the people they like us and the administration they are opposite.
يعني لو الشعوب تتصل ببعضها مباشره حتحقق السلام، لكن الشعوب غير قادره، في حكومات تمثلها وتمثيل غير صحيح.
Definitely, if the peoples of the world they can communicate to each other, they can be more close to each other. But unfortunately, the government, it shows that the government, they represent their own interests, so the people, they are far from each other, peoples of the world. Thank you.
Shukran.
We are celebrating the occasion of having such a wonderful guest. We call her the bird of peace, coming from the United States of America.
Libyan citizenship, Libyan nationality, and also the passport, Libyan passport.
After 10 days of being feted as an official diplomat, Tika returns to the US as honorary consul for Libya.
I feel like we've accomplished a great feat, and I just hope that my country accepts me as honorary consul for Libya, and I think we can actually make changes. I really, really do.
I think that is very good, that beauty can save the world. I think it's a good idea.